Hello and welcome to another edition of Ask the Young Cow. I'm Leon Street alongside my co-host today.
I'm Jack Rogers.
Right, so we're going to take you on another digital marketing and small business hangout journey. So we're live from sunny Wolverhampton. I say sunny, it's only because it looks a bit light behind us, but yeah, I suppose it's looking a bit better than it was earlier today. But anyway, we've got a great topic for you. Jack's prepared some real good content that we're going to cover in this particular hangout, and I'm just about to jump into our trusty presentation. I say trusty because it just about works most days, so let's see if we can get into it. So here we are. So today's topic is here's how to improve your productivity on your WordPress website. Now, WordPress is a massive tool when it comes to marketing your business, i.e. your website. It's called a content management system, which simply means that when you use WordPress, it gives you the ability to update your web pages very easily, very similar to as if you were using some kind of word processor like Microsoft Word, that kind of thing. But before we get into the details of today's hangout, remember we are live every Wednesday, 1 p.m. UK time. Hashtag ATYC, get us on Twitter if you've got any questions, comments, or you just want to say hi. And if you're watching this video, not live, but you're watching it after the live hangout on YouTube, please leave your comments and questions in the comments box underneath this particular video. Is that right, Jack?
Yep, that's right.
Cool. So, over to you.
Okay, so what you need to know, we've got the agenda. So we've got the plugins to improve productivity, the plugin benefits and what they do, and resources. So we're going to show you where you can go and download them from. So the first one we've got is Contact Form 7. This is a free plugin that allows you to have a contact form implemented onto your WordPress website or blog. This form can be used to collect inquiries from possible customers or just to send a simple message to the website. Contact Form 7 can manage multiple contact forms, which allows you to have different forms on different pages. And it also allows you to customize the form and mail contents so you can have a form that is more specific to your website or blog.
Ah, cool. So what are you on about, Jack? What's a form?
So a form is when you go onto a website.
You know what? Let's do this live, guys. Let's go live onto a website so you can see what we're talking about here. Because if somebody says to me, what's a form? Let's see if we can find one. So I know we did one recently with Coach Online. No, let's go to, I'm going to go to our own website, youngcow.co.uk. Spell it correctly. And then what I'm going to do is share my screen, guys, just so you know what we're talking about. So let's jump into now. I wonder if this will work, Jack. Do you reckon it will?
I've not got too much confidence, Leon.
Let's try. I'll try again, guys. I'm going to do this live and just go entire screen. So I'm going to share. So hopefully you should be looking at our website on youngcow.co.uk. And what you'll see on the right-hand side here is a form. And this form is actually a form that has been created using Contact Form 7, which is the plugin that we're talking about. And so the form is simply something that you want people to fill in online from your web page, just in case you're wondering what are they talking about. It's a really great plugin for WordPress. And what I'm going to do is come out of this and jump back into the presentation, because I know Jack's got some benefits of what you'll get with this particular plugin, just so you get a clearer idea of how this plugin can help you. So let's jump into that.
Yeah, so we've got custom settings for whatever your needs are.
So what could some of those custom settings be, Jeff?
So for example, going back to the screen you've just shared with the contact form on the Young Cow website, we wanted to know what areas that people were looking to improve their marketing. So we had a drop-down menu, excuse me. And
so you can have your own custom fields, is that what you mean?
Yes, you can have your own custom fields and you can create a drop-down menu. So this can just have multiple options. Obviously, if you want that option for your visitor, then that's something that can be easily implemented.
What else we got?
We've got a simple dashboard, so it's easy to follow and easy to make changes. So this means you can go on, there's different sections of the contact form. You've got where the code is, where you have whether you want a first name, last name, email, phone number, all the fields. And then you've got a section where you can edit how you receive the email once it's filled in. So you can change it to whether it's complicated, whether it's simple, depending on who's going to receive the email from that possible customer.
Yeah, so I think there's a few extra things that you can do in terms of emails. You can send the responses you get from your email forms using contact form 7 to multiple email addresses. So say you had a lot of people in your team who needed to see a particular email, or even just more than one person, you can do that. You can set the reply to email. So when the email comes through to you, you can simply click reply, and it won't just reply to your website, it will reply to the sender of the actual email. Which might sound a bit strange, but it is a really useful feature when you do use it. So I think that kind of covers it. Contact Form 7, very easy to use. I've been using this plugin now for about 3 or 4 years, I would say, and it always does the job. So let's move on. This one's a really interesting plugin we've got here. Another freebie, it's called Duplicate Post, and this one is something that I introduced Jack to.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
Now, the whole point is that when you create a page or a post in WordPress, sometimes you want to duplicate that page. Let's say you create a landing page where you're using it for some of your advertising on Facebook or Google AdWords. So you're using the ad facility there, and you normally push people to a specific landing page. Now, let's say you want to copy a page but change it slightly. This is where this plugin comes into its own. You can duplicate the whole post or the whole page, and it saves you the effort of trying to recreate it again, or even just copying and pasting, which is, you know, a very effective tool when it comes to productivity. And so as it says there, the plugin will save you hours of work as you won't need to create new pages. Duplicate post becomes more effective when you're creating landing pages. And it also copies over the extras around the post, like the SEO contents, as well as any other features or tweaks you may have based on whatever plugins or custom theme you have. So let's look at some of the benefits. It saves you time. That's the key one, guys. You know, in everything we do, you can't buy your time back in life. So the more you save of it and the more you use it to be more productive, the better life you have. I know I'm going a bit deeper there, but, you know, actually it helps, because actually if it's in business, well, the more time you have to sell more of your products and market your products rather than wasting time on creating new stuff. And it works with themes that use visual page builders, as Jack has correctly pointed out, and as we have learnt over the years. So it is a really handy plugin. Okay, let's move on to our next plugin.
Yep, so we've got MapPress. This is a free plugin that allows you to add Google Maps and directions onto your WordPress website. MapPress is the easiest and one of the most popular ways to add Google Maps and directions to your WordPress site. And it's also available as a free download.
Great stuff.
Now, the main benefits of MapPress is you can easily create maps in a standard post or page. You can add markers for any address, place, or even latitude and longitude. It's got Street View supported, so it's the best way to put it is it's just like Google Maps, but implemented and attached to your website rather than going externally to Google.
Yeah.
And it also gives you real-time traffic. So all the benefits from Google Maps, MapPress has.
So what would this help with in terms of productivity if you had a map on your WordPress website, Jack? So how would this help somebody out there using this?
So this would help. So if you had a possible visitor on your site going onto your contact page, which is where you would traditionally put your map, and you've got a place for them to easily click for directions, it just reduces the amount of time that they're on their page and they get exactly what they're after. Okay,
here's another benefit, guys, and this is more of a kind of a covert one. Sometimes when your customers are looking at your business and they check where you are and where you're based, it's all right having an address on there, but the map will obviously give another visual representation to somebody looking into who you are and where you are. Sometimes those customers who become customers don't actually go to or attend or even go book appointments at your offices, but the whole point is if this can answer another potential objection before they work with you, you know, what a great way to do it, just to show physically where you're based. And so it's kind of like a hidden benefit, but nonetheless it's very important and useful. So make sure you use it. As Jack's got on there's a little screenshot of how it looks, and you know, most of our customers and the people we come across know what Google Maps looks like, because they've either been on the website or it's on their phone under Google Maps, the app. Right then, so let's move on. Now this one cookie control. Now, cookie control is all about the EU cookie legislation. Now, I'm not even going to go into the details of what we've got on this presentation slide here. What I would say is that there was a point where this EU legislation was going to be really rolled out quite stringently, but then the higher powers in government in the European Union realized that it couldn't be enforced in such a sweeping way. But if you have any concerns where you want to notify people about what cookies you collect from your WordPress website, and basically cookies aren't the real cookies that you eat, which we'll show you shortly, like this one. Looks nice up, but they're not real cookies. Cookies are just the name given to a file that is downloaded from your website to a visitor's computer or phone or mobile device when they're browsing your web pages. The cookies simply store information that allow your website to know the next time when a person comes to your page what things they had on there and what were their preferences. So whether they allowed cookies, which means that your visitor or statistics can run like Google Analytics, or if you have any other things that require the use of cookies. And so I'm not going to go into any more detail other than that. So there is an explanation there. I'll leave that for you guys to read, but I'm going to look at the cookie while you do that. Nice. So anyway, it's just a thing that saves information to your visitor's computer, device, mobile device, just helps your website just to work better and, I suppose, perform better with the right information that you want to get across. Yep. So let's move on then, Jack.
Yep, so we've got Tiny MC Editor.
What is that? What is a Tiny MC Editor?
Now, this is another free plugin, and what it does is it allows you to have more editing options on WordPress than the standard WYSIWYG.
That sounds technical. What are you on about, WYSIWYG?
WYSIWYG is just simple. It's what you see is what you get. So this plugin allows you to enable certain features that aren't visible as standard, and this allows you to have more of a creative influence on your pages and posts without messing with any code that maybe developers and designers would mess with.
So before you get into anything else, a WYSIWYG editor is basically like that picture you see on the screen. So it'll be this thing here that I'm circling with my mouse right now. So if you've used Microsoft Word or you've created an email in Gmail or even Outlook or anything like that, you normally get a few options where you can put your text in bold, italics, underline, all of those things. Well, the Tiny MC editor is just an addition to that. It gives you more features when you're editing pages and posts in your WordPress website. So if you feel the standard editor in WordPress is not really helping you, this is the plugin for you. So over to you, Jack.
Yeah, I think you mentioned a couple of the benefits there. So one of the main ones is the ability to set font families and font sizes. So font family and font sizes can be something that needs to be edited in the theme of your WordPress site and can be a little bit confusing and long-winded to do. So this allows you to change it yourself. So you can maybe, if you have landing pages that are going for more of a relaxed approach, you might want to change your font. And then that just allows you to do that and maybe increase font sizes just for maybe if you're appealing to an older audience, just to make sure that all the text is visible. And it also allows you to search and replace in the editor. So for example, if you were creating landing pages and you'd created one landing page, use the duplicate post plugin to create another page, and you needed to replace certain words, you can easily do that with the more advanced editor. Okay,
great stuff. So thanks for sharing that. Right then, guys. So let's say you've got your WordPress website and you want to collect subscribers for a mailing list that you do for your marketing. Well, one of the best plugins and the best services out there, well, the service, let's start with that first, is called MailChimp, and we use it ourselves. MailChimp is an email sending company, so they allow you to create your account and send emails that are whitelisted rather than blacklisted to small mailing lists right through to, you know, you're talking huge amounts where if you have 1 million subscribers. It is a paid for service. There is a free account that you can start up with when you use MailChimp. But the point in this is that if you've got your business online, you're collecting email addresses and names because you have some kind of newsletter where you get people to subscribe, or you have lead magnets where you're giving something away free in exchange for a name, email, and telephone number as part of your marketing strategy, MailChimp is definitely worth checking out. Now, there is a MailChimp plugin which allows you to integrate MailChimp into WordPress pretty easily. There's a couple of things that you have to grab in order to connect the two, but it is very straightforward. So the plugin helps you add subscribers to your MailChimp lists using various methods. And you can create good-looking opt-in forms, as it says there. And what else have we got on this? Or you can integrate it with other forms or other plugins on your site. So for comment forms or even WooCommerce checkout, where you can get people to tick the checkbox to say that they'd like to be part of your newsletter, which is a common thing that you'll find on many websites these days. So, benefits: user-friendly, mobile optimized. Well, the mobile optimized part is what comes as part of your theme, so it will fit into a mobile optimized theme pretty easily. Sign-up forms can be shown in specific widget areas or pages, posts, and so on. You can redirect people to a custom thank you page or to a MailChimp thank you page, and all fields and messages are customizable, very much similar to Contact Form 7. And there is integration that you can get with Contact Form 7, WooCommerce, and many other popular plugins, so that you pull all of your marketing into one place. That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm getting a bit squarey-eyed at the moment, staring at the screen. So I think you've probably been introduced to maybe some new plugins, or maybe you've got plugins that you've installed and never used them, that are the ones that we mentioned. Now, for us, it's kind of look at what it is that you want to gain from your WordPress website. There are other plugins. We've just pulled out some of the key ones that we find very useful when it comes to your marketing, digital marketing, that kind of thing. And so go out there, use them. But before you do that, Jack has prepared one slide for you that you need to pay attention to. And we always talk about this.
Yep. So we've got a disclaimer. So before you download and install any plugins mentioned in the presentation, please make a backup of your website just in case any plugins conflict with your current website. So this will allow you to revert back to a working copy of your website in case of any plugin errors.
Very, very sound advice there. So guys, we've got some links in here. So we'll be putting these links onto the video description if you're watching this back on YouTube. So you'll be able to get to all of the plugins that we're talking about. And there's also a blog that you should check out that we have created. This was created a while ago now, but it's got those plugins mentioned in there along with a few extra bits of information. So the top 21 WordPress plugins. So go check that out. So remember, we're here for you. So let's wrap this up. I don't think there's anything else to add other than the conclusion, is there, Jack?
No, there isn't.
All right then. So, yep, go check out the description once we have archived this video. So by now you should have an insight into the benefits of using these plugins to help increase productivity on your WordPress website. There's lots of other benefits that we haven't mentioned, also other plugins, but the key thing here is just start somewhere. If you want to do more with your WordPress website, start with some of these plugins to help you along your journey with your marketing. If you need to get in touch with us, the telephone number is there, 01902213326 if you're in the UK. If you're external, it's 0044 and then 1902 and the rest of the numbers. Check out the website, www.youngcow.co.uk. And as I say, and as we say, every Wednesday, 1 p.m. UK time, we're here, Ask the Young Cow, hashtag ATYC. So get us on Twitter. You can leave your comments and questions below the video in the comments box on YouTube. And like I said, if you do have a burning question or you just want to say hi, do so on Twitter. We check out the hashtags and have a look at what people are talking about. Every Wednesday, it's either me or it's either him, the guy from Stoke. Yeah. So, you know, we're here to help you. If there's anything you want us to answer, any questions, anything like that, please get in touch. I hope you've enjoyed today's Hangout. We'll be back next Wednesday. Thank you, Jack. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.